and welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Susan Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Woodbury, Minnesota. So let me find myself and make sure my video is looking good. Where am I? Let me keep looking. I know I'm live. There we are. Okay. So thank you for joining me. I am consistently North Star Stamper across the social media channels that I'm on, which are Facebook, a page and a group, Instagram, Pinterest, and obviously here on YouTube, where I do my Fast or Frugal Friday. So today I am sharing something that I'm honestly a little nervous about. I'm not an expert. I am learning how to make quilt cards from Julie Heights. I believe that's how she pronounces her name. And I am not an expert, but my whole business model from day one has been just to share with as many people as I can. So I'm sharing what I've learned. So that's kind of how we're rolling today. So this is a super easy quilt card. We're gonna let the pattern paper do the work for us. If you're familiar with quilting, this is a 9-patch quilt pattern. So we take designer series paper, and then as our base, as you can see the pattern pink here and just the blue, and then we're going to add the 5 squares to it. And then can you see, I think you can, that after we add those, adhere those squares on, we run it through an embossing folder. Let me show you some of my favorite ones current ones that I'm using. This was the swirl. This was a floral one, so here's the swirl. So this is the quilting part, and that's even what Julie says. I'll link to her Facebook page in my description here today. Here's the floral one I used. This one might be retired, but I thought don't these look like baby quilts? Oh, I forgot to show you the inside. We had 2 babies born in the family last week, 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago, and we didn't know the genders of the babies, which is unusual these days, and I was so excited. So my nephews and their wives, both their brothers, welcomed little ones to their family. So I had made 2 sets of cards, and Tony thought it would be cute if they coordinated, because one was a boy and one was a girl. So the other cards I made for the babies were sent to Michigan, and these were the other ones, but Tony thought it would be fun if they were the same. So the ones with balloons were sent to Michigan. But anyway, so here was that's why I have baby cards, both a boy and a girl. This is a new embossing folder called Beautiful Pattern. It is available for pre-order for demonstrators. There's an eyelet one. I thought this would be nice. The square here is 3 by 3, and I think there's just enough space in this corner to use that. I think that's pressed flowers. The one with the turtles, that'd be kind of interesting, wouldn't it? I thought the sunflower embossing folder would be lovely too. So, and we talked about these other ones. So there's some ideas for the quilting part of our quilt cards. Okay, let me show you how we do this. Again, I am not an expert. Julie is, so I'm not trying to steal her thunder, which is why I'll give you her her information in the video description. So I have a Shy Shamrock card. I have a piece of white, and this is the same layout as this one. The white is 3.5 by 4 1/4, so you get a nice use of your white paper there. Here I'm coordinating it. This layer is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Here I used an alternate blue, and on this one I used the same Melon Mambo. So just a little different. You can, depending on what papers you're using. Let's get this out of the way. So I have some pattern paper here. This is the Florals in Bloom designer series paper. So we're going to use the dark side, the Secret Sea side, and I have already cut some 1 by 1 inch squares. So this is 3 by 3, and we need 5. I'll leave this one here so you can see where we're going. I need 5 1-inch squares, and I really like these flowers on there. So I have a little trick that I like to do when I'm cutting small pieces. So if you have a long piece, this was a 1-inch strip, and we go this way. It was a 1-inch strip, and so I just moved it along here, 1 inch, 1 inch, and you know I like to use the right side here. But when I got down to this, it's a little over 2.5. I can't really hold it and hold the paper. I can't hold the paper and put this down. So what I like to do is line it up where I want it. And I'm learning to be very precise. And I'm putting my cut piece right in the middle of this line, and it's so fine, but that's how precise I'm learning to be. And so the Post-it note holds it in place for me so that I can get these last few, and I have to decide what colors I like. I think I like the variety of colors on this side, so I'm going to line that up at one on over here, and my Post-it will hold it in place, and I still hold onto the plastic. And I do have a tiny piece of scrap that's small enough. I am going to throw that. Okay, so I have extra pieces, so I can play around with colors. Oh, I need my trimmer back out one more time. So when Julie shows us, she does mystery quilt cards several times a month. I hope you join us. She's doing one tomorrow, but I'm busy. Or, well, tomorrow. This is not airing till later. Just check out her Facebook group. Okay, or no, her Facebook page. Oh, Chirpy Card Makers of Quilts. No. Of Chirpy... I'll put it, I can't remember it right now. So we're going to take this 3x3 and we're going to score it at 1 inch. Make sure you score on all sides. Don't cut it. Is that right? Now I'm second guessing myself. Yes, that is. So 3 inch if I score it. I know you can't see it. Oh, there's score lines on there. When Julie shows us these kinds of things, she's such a good teacher. She would use a light piece and then use pencil marks so we can see exactly where things go. This is pretty easy that I didn't think I needed to do that. So I'm going to play around. I really like those blue flowers, but I'm going to twist them a little bit. We're just going to play around and see which ones we like. I don't know. Maybe we'll put these in opposite corners. I like the greens too. Because I have to remember that. I'm using this green. Oh, that'll be good. Maybe one less of these. There. And then these I can use cut in half, again using a Post-it note to hold it in place, and I believe these are called prairie points, and I just overlapped the triangles to add some interest to the inside of my card. Okay, so I like to use reverse tweezers and green glue. And then Julie has taught us to put a piece in. I'm going to flip this over because it shouldn't appear on the back side. Okay, and then just for muscle memory so I know exactly where I'm going, I'm going to turn my base and put this down just like that. It's only 5 pieces, so I'm going to do this, and then I won't finish the card. You'll get the idea. I will finish the card eventually, but using the green glue, you have a few seconds to make sure that's in the corner. I'm going to turn that, and let's see, we're going to leave this one for the middle. So I've been loving these quilt cards. Quilting was my someday hobby. Do you have a someday hobby that someday I'd like to learn something? And I've gotten so involved in paper crafting that I couldn't imagine adding another craft. There we go. So Quilt cards was the perfect addition to my repertoire. Quilt cards. Oh, it's so fun. Let's see. We'll do this. Oh, sorry, that was kind of loud. Put it right in the corner. Make sure I'm not going beyond there. And then this piece fits right in the middle. So I didn't really need to score that, did I? Now that I think about it, I didn't even use the score lines. Huh, that was kind of funny. But just to give you a flavor of what we're doing. This time I'm going to use that score line, but it should match up pretty well there. Not perfect. I am very much a beginner. Very much a beginner. So there's that. And then I would run it through one of the embossing folders, just like this. And that's the quilting part of this. And then we're going to layer this up. And I really like, so I layer this flat on here, and then I put this up on dimensional so it looks like a quilt. And there's just enough room there to add a sentiment to finish off your card. So here, oh, I guess I have red, green, and pink, blue, and green. Guess I need a yellow one, don't I? All right, so that is a 9-patch quilt card. Again, a 3-inch square and then 5 1-inch squares is all the pattern paper you need. And it doesn't have to be pattern paper. It could be stamped cardstock. I would probably use 2-tone cardstock because it's lighter than our regular cardstock, because that's going to be a lot of layers. So when I put this card together, these corners in the middle have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers just on the front. And I would put a layer on the inside too. So it's going to get kind of heavy if you use cardstock. But 2-tone cardstock is lighter than our regular cardstock. So that would be a great option if you want to stamp on it and create your own pattern paper. So that's what I've got for you today. I hope you try it. It's really fun. And it's fun to look at smaller pieces of our pattern paper just to see how they all work together. So thanks for joining me. Happy stamping. Bye.